All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to day three. So today I'm going to actually create an ad and show you guys how I create those ads, like put them on our website, building on either Facebook or Google. Most likely going to be Facebook, which I'll show you. But before I dive into anything, the format's going to change a little bit. So if you watch the other two videos, what I was doing before is I was doing the work on my own, kind of like in my own space, and then I was going back and recording it. But it has been taking way more time than I thought it would be to do both. So that, and I felt like I was not teaching it that well. Like it was like very complicated, or it seemed like I was just kind of pushing information. So number one, to help me save time and be like a little bit more efficient in my day because I do not have all day to do these. And number two, to hopefully you help you literally see exactly what I do. In today's video, I am going to do the work right in front of you, right in front of the screen, and you can watch me doing it. So that being said, there's going to be like more gaps. There might be points where I'm just quiet. I'm going to let this thing just record and I'm going to share my screen and go through exactly what I'm about to do as if I were doing it like on my own in this room, right? And you guys can watch me do it. But the goal is at the end of the video, um, I don't know how long it's going to take, but by the end of it, I have a completed website that I can start to send traffic to and generate leads with. And yeah, that's kind of like the goal of day three, which is today. Normally I do all this stuff by paper, but I'm going to use my iPad and like an online whiteboard just to let you kind of see the things that are going through my mind. But yeah, that's the goal for today. So let's just dive into it. Like I said, let's see how this goes. You tell me if it's like a good way to go about it or not. But like I said, uh, this is going to be a little bit new. Let's just make sure this works. Yes, it does. All right, we're good to go. All right, so where we left off was I went through all the research. So today, really what I want to do is I want to take the ad that I wrote and I just want to build it out on a website. Um, so typically, before I go into anything, this is kind of like what we're building, right? So we're going to have some ad. It's going to go to I call it an LP, which is just a landing page, right? That landing page is going to have some information on it and a button, right, which we call a CTA. The CTA, oh, let me remove this. The CTA is a call to action, which is most likely going to be like some form, which is going to show like name, email, or else it's going to request phone number, and that's kind of like it's the form, right? So they're going to submit a form, and from all of that, this is one thing, by the way, right? That's one thing. From here, it's going to go into just like some basic spreadsheet. Can you guys still see this? Yes, you can. It's going to go into some like Google Sheets, right? With all the information. So, the name is going to be here, email is going to be here, phone number is going to be here, and then person one, two, three, down the line, etc. So that's going to be like our Google CRM, super simple. Whoops, let me move this over a little bit. Google CRM. So that's kind of like how we're going to collect and store all of the leads. And what else do I need to do? That's pretty much it, honestly. But this is ultimately, so this is kind of like what we refer to as the sales process, which is what we want to like document out or what I need to document out. But ultimately, I'm gonna need a tool for this, which this is gonna be most likely it's gonna be Facebook. I'll go through that. This is going to be ClickFunnels, which I will go through that, but it's just another tool. And then Google Sheets, is gonna be for this. Once the leads are in here, I'm working with someone who's going to, I have no idea how to draw a phone call, but they're basically going to call, they're gonna call, right, all of those leads, and then they're going to write some notes, right? Whether it's good, bad, whatever, like whether the patients are good or bad, right? And then the last part of this, just to kind of finish off the process is the goal is to new appointment, right? So if we break down the sales process into all these stages, that's kind of what we have here, right? We have um number number one is the ad. That's where all the traffic comes into. Number two is the website. That's where we're gonna get them. We're gonna collect their information. The information is gonna go over here into the Google CRM. And then the last part of this, number four, is that we're gonna need to book an appointment via phone call, right? This is really important. So that's only gonna happen via the phone call. Now, if we just kind of like zoom out for a second, the way you can also look at this is some people refer to it as a marketing funnel, right? So let's see what that is. This big enough? Here, let me just zoom in on this for you guys. So the same thing is going to be, it's going to look like this. This is a funnel. So at the top we have one, right? Let me make that a little bit more clear. At the top we have one, that's the first part of the funnel. Most people are going to go through that. Number two, maybe only like five, at most 5% of people who see the ad will actually click it. And then of that, the goal is to get like 50% if it's good, 30% if it's bad. We'll get to that point. And then fourth is book an appointment. And then the last technically would be 5, which is a surgery, with like the procedure that we're promoting. I'll just write like so the whole point is that, like, again, I'm showing you, let me use this. I'm showing you guys this part, right? Which is the process that we're about to build together. But when you think about in numbers, like 100% of people are going to go through this. 100% of people will see the ad. Fewer are going to click the ad. Fewer are going to do anything about it. Even fewer are going to have a new appointment, and even fewer are going to have a procedure. But the whole point is, the goal for us is to do this in a way that's cost effective enough where, like, again, for example, these are not the exact numbers, but they're close. Like this procedure, like if somebody gets to level 5, that's going to be $10,000 that we're going to generate. So the question is, how much are we willing to spend to get that, right? If we're willing to spend, let's just say we're willing to spend $1,000, then I want to go back and I want to understand, here, let me do it like this. I want to go back and I want to look at each stage of this and see, like, what is like the cost of creating this sales process, right? So for example, let's just say I'm going to go through an example. I'm going to build it for you. Let's just say that it cost $3 CPC, which is cost per click, right? So that means 100 clicks equals $300 that we spend, right? So if we're spending $300 to get that $300, we'll get 100 clicks, right? So that's that first part of that process. 100. So that means on this website, we're gonna have 100. Oh, come on, technical difficulties. We're gonna have 100 visitors, and let's say 30% actually complete the form. So that means we have 30 people, right? 30 people, 30 leads, right? 30 leads. Those 30 leads, we still spent that same $300, right? So if we go back to our calculator, I should probably know this in my head, but I don't. Actually, I didn't know that. So it'd be $10 a lead. That's like, okay, this is pretty cheap. I'm gonna make the numbers worse, just for, because I think honestly it's gonna be hard to do this one. Let's say it's 10%. So it's 10 leads, right? So 100 people, 10% actually gave their information, which means they have 10 leads. And because only 10 people gave their information, it's $30 per lead, right? $30 CPL, cost per lead, right? So now we'll go over here, and let's say once this is now we're at stage 3, right? Stage 3 is we have to make a phone call. Let's say of the phone calls, right? We have these 10 leads now, and we call all of them, and only 2 of them book an appointment, right? So that's 20%, right? From 10 to 2 is 20%. So that 2, though, again, we still spent that same 300. So we're spending $150 per appointment, right? And let's just say 50% of the appointments turn into procedures. That means we have 1 procedure. So that means the cost for 1 procedure, right, is going to be $300. So we call that customer acquisition cost, or CAC, right? So that's ultimately the math, right? I mean, obviously that's not the same thousand. I'm just doing some like random stuff in my head, but the point is, right, now let's just say hypothetically, right, let's just say that this actually is the number that we are able to achieve. We're basically saying, okay, if we're going to spend $300 to get a patient, or that's in, let's do this in red. I don't even know how to change colors. All right, it's going to be pink because I don't know how to do this in red. It costs $300, but we're going to make, right, $10,000. Obviously, the doctor is going to have some costs. Maybe let's say they have, they have to rent, so minus, so there's a few costs, right? They have to do, like, let's just say they need like equipment, right? Is like, let's just say it's 1,000. And the room is 500. And then miscellaneous is another 500, right? So all in, this is 2K plus that 300. So it's 2.3 thousand to make 10,000. If we can do that, that's an awesome, awesome formula for the doctor. So this is ultimately what I'm about to try to recreate for you guys. And before, that way you understand the numbers, I'm about to actually just like do this now in reality. So here we go. It's back over here. I'm gonna try to go quick because it's already 8 o'clock. I have been up early and I want to relax for the end of the day, to be totally honest with you guys. But I'm going to use this as like just a reference point for myself. So I'm not going to start with the ad. I'm going to start with this because I already wrote a basic part of it yesterday. Usually I just take a template because why would you recreate the wheel? So let's just find a good template. Do I want a squeeze? Do I want a... I've never seen this before. I want to check this out real quick. What does this look like? This is obviously all this is all like demo data, right? It's not actually my information, but there's like a lot here that I don't think I really want. Just keep things stupid simple. Keep it stupid simple. It's the same thing, just different color. I don't like these. Come on. All right, those might not be a bad option. I think it's just a little too complicated for what I'm trying to do right now. I just want something really simple. Didn't I go away from this? Hmm. All right, they used to have these, they're called sales pages. I don't know why they're not here anymore. Maybe I'm just blind. All right, I'm making this from scratch. All right, let's see. Embolization. It's not gonna look pretty because I'm not a designer, but I cannot keep just waiting. Create a new page. Ah, this is kind of what I was looking for, actually. Can I preview? All right. That is what I was looking for, but that is how do I preview? How do I preview? I'm just worried about these because I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, and I don't want the design to get me like unfocused from the whole point here. This one probably looks like the most simple one there. I'll just leave this for now. All right, all right, all right. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, this is not what I want. All right, this is not what I want, but I'm gonna make it work. Just so I can keep things chugging along here. Um, all right. So I already wrote this out. I'm just gonna like literally copy it out and then I'll start editing from there. But you guys can watch me do this. OA is osteoarthritis. Normally I would say it, but this is we call it a sophisticated market. So if they see OA, they know what it means. And I just know that because they use it in Reddit, right? So if they're saying it, and I had to Google it myself, I didn't know what it was, then like they're very familiar with it. Um, Actually, that was my ad. That was supposed to be my ad. This is what I wrote. High tech. Again, I know it's not great right now, but you guys are gonna watch. I'll test it out, and you'll see like how this all works. But the whole point is, you gotta like get through the shit before you find the gold. Um, all right, so I have a very simple setup. I'm going to what's this? Let's go into mobile. I don't want this to be that big. I want this to be bigger. I'll come back and do the. All right, so I'm just gonna create the sections real quick, and then I will fill it in. Explain. All right. I'm obviously up, so I'm not gonna like, this is not actually what I'm going to put out there. But again, I'm just going through it so you can kind of see how I'm doing this. So I think that's not spelled right. Eligible, eligible, eligible. That's right. Okay. All right, I got no, like I said, I have no idea how this is gonna work, but we're just gonna start here and kind of work our way up. Get some pictures. All right. Actually, I'm gonna change this because I remember somewhere uh something about FDA. Yeah, what is it? FDA breakthrough designation status. What? FDA breakthrough designation. FDA breakthrough. Breakthrough designation. You know what? And I could say this. I think this will be good. Okay, I need to get some images in here. So we'll put something eventually there. I really don't like how this, for whatever reason, is so much smaller than, yeah, I can, uh, these are supposed to be bigger. Like this is supposed to be like kind of like that, but even that's like not totally right. All right, what do I have to do here in this section? Explain problems, challenges, use alternatives. All right, we're gonna figure out this later. All right. You know what? I might have just messed up. Yeah. Okay. Again, it's words on a page right now, but eventually this is gonna look, it's gonna look a lot different. Just gotta kind of trust the process. Trust the process. I can't tell which ones. All right. It's Okay, why are we starting with the problem? We're starting with the problem because we want to make it really clear what the value of this procedure is. That is ultimately what we're trying to do, right? So the problem is treatment solves. The problem is treatment solves. The problem is treatment solves. What did I do? Go back. All right, normally I would not do this. Like just be cautious of what you're using as images because sometimes you're not allowed to use them. Well, I'm just looking for an image that might support my I can't really find anything, so it's okay. Not a big deal. That was a terrible picture. That's why I save. Every once in a while, systems stop working. You gotta make sure you're good. Okay, before I start going into the whole design side of things, you can see it's all garbage. Oh, I'm sore. So I'm just texting myself this so I can see it on my own phone. Yes. So I'm just looking at it on my phone. So you can see it over here. I just want to make sure that it ultimately like reads well and looks the way I want it to look. So as I'm reading it on my phone, I'm just looking at it and I just want to, again, I want to like just make sure that it's like really catching people. So, I mean, ultimately, when it comes to, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a second real quick. So many people tell me that, or under the impression that like words don't, um, words don't work. Words are the only thing that works. this is what gets people to move. I'm not saying this is going to work. We're going to test it out, but um, like I've showed in other videos, like we call this like longer form copy, especially when there's a product that like isn't there really isn't that much trust about yet. I have to refine this a little bit, but like beautiful design, beautiful, great copy and a great offer will beat beautiful design all day long. So I don't really worry about beautiful design right away. I'm not saying it won't help. Maybe it'll help like a couple percentage points on terms of like people that apply for this, but for the most part, the most important thing is what you have on this page. So like just catching like I'm reading on my phone, but have not been with not what I was trying to say. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm back on my phone just reading it from here, so it's so I can see what it's like. Let's switch this. So, see, like you don't typically you don't like big blocks of text are kind of intimidating, so it's better not to break it up if you can. This is like kind of long in my opinion. I'm just thinking about it. Even though this is like worth it, I might just remove this. And they changed this, and it's like kind of hard to follow. Okay, I need to take a quick break mentally because I've been at this for like an hour, a little bit under that. I'm gonna pause this video and come back. It is 8:43. I'll try to come back in 5, 10 minutes. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. 8:50, that's 7 minutes. So let's continue on with this process and we'll get back at it. So all this shit I really just really don't need, so I'm just gonna delete it all. Kind of like that actually. I might keep that part. That guy. Um, I don't need that. Okay. I don't really like pop-ups to be very honest, because it's an extra button. What I might do is just delete this. What am I trying to do, guys? What am I trying to do? Okay. Um, that is not gonna work, but I'm going to keep going here. Keep going. One step at a time. Like I said, you want to like just get everything on the page in the beginning, and it'll it'll get better with time. You just gotta keep keep going. Oh boy, it's not what I want. Okay, definitely don't want that. Uh, name, email, phone number. Name, email. Yo, guys, it's 9 o'clock and I have to run after this. All right, I'm done complaining. Here we go. Um, this is the problem. I don't know. This is one of the problems that I had with um that I like had chatted about before. Like I don't know. Like this is all fine and dandy, right? Again, it's not perfect, but who is doing this? That's kind of like the question in my head, and that trust isn't really established. So I may have to sit on this and think about how to do this. All right, I'm going back on my phone just to check it out one more time, kind of get an idea of what's going on here. Okay, so let me talk through this a little bit. I'm gonna have to put like time markers in this. Um, I'm gonna probably have to create like some like concierge service, right? So like, let's think about it this way for a second. I'll make a new spot over here. So right now, just so you guys understand this, um, yeah, damn it. All right, I don't know why my iPad's not working, but it's okay. So basically right now, what's going on is there is there's the patient, right? There's the doctor, and there's gonna be us, right? Or me, us, me, you, and whoever else is watching this. Um, I'm just going to say M for me. So the patient is going to, we're going to send the patient's going to come through us, and then it's going to go to the doctor. That's ultimately the flow that's happening. So I'm probably going to have to create like some brand, like a concierge service, um, to help with this. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that yet, but I think that's what I'm going to do to kind of build trust here. So I'm going to do something along the lines of like, I'll do a new section. I'll probably have to finish this in the morning because again, it is getting late and I do have to go for a run. And I also want to sit on this a little bit, but ultimately I think what I'm going to go for is, um, I think I called it advanced medical. Yeah. Advanced medical services. Um, I'm gonna have to work on this, but that's kind of ultimately something that I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to figure this out a little bit, but I'm gonna have to come up with like a good story about like what this is all about. All right, yeah, that's good. That's what we're gonna start with. I'll probably clean this up a little bit tomorrow, make sure it actually works, and then I'll jump into Google Ads in another video, and we'll keep going from there. I'm gonna save this, and yeah, I'll come back to this again. I'm gonna probably do a similar setup. Just you let me know how this. Again, I know I wasn't speaking as much in this one, but hopefully you can kind of see where it's going, and like you also see how long this is taking me, by the way, right? So like, um, let me stop sharing this. So you see exactly what I'm doing, how I'm kind of going through the process, how I'm refining things. Um, and you see how long it's taking me. So this took me about like an hour, a little over an hour to do. Um, I'm gonna have to refine it. Ideally, I like working in the morning a little bit more than I do in the evenings, but today was a little bit of a busy day. But yeah, so the next video, I'm going to clean this up. I'll probably create the ads. I'm probably gonna create like some Facebook ad or something. and then hopefully we can get this thing live. I've been strapped for time, but trying to do my best to do this for myself and for you guys. So that's the video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, put them down below. Any feedback is welcome feedback. So I'll talk to you guys soon.